it is Wednesday. Happy hump day. It is time for Intuition Wednesday. I am live on YouTube. I'm live on Reddit. And this is where you get to practice your own intuition. So I'm going to pull cards and you'll have a chance to look at the cards, first of all, with your eyes and see if you're drawn to any parts of the card. And then after that, you just start using your five senses. Do you feel anything? Do you hear anything? Do you taste anything? Do you smell anything? Or any emotions like coming up within you? And when I'm saying feel it too, it's like, do you feel it in a certain area of your body? So you can look at or tune in to all that and see if certain cards might have a message for you. So you're looking for any type of sign, basically. You're looking for some type of sign that one or more of the cards might have a message for you. I'm already getting hot. I don't even have my ring light going on. I'm like, I'm going to be fine just wearing my sweater because it's cold outside. But no, I'm already hot. It's like the heat is on the street. Yeah, anytime I start, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to channel. Then the heat starts building up within me. Now, something that I want to do just before I start Intuition Wednesday is I'm very excited as I'm picking my ear. I'm very excited about about a gift I had ordered. I did a study on the history of the Tarot deck. Oh, that's very cool. Was that for school that you did some research on it? That's very neat. I mostly use oracle cards, and I've been using oracle cards, I guess, for 18 years. I do have one kind of so pseudo tarot deck, which is an incredible deck actually by Ted Andrews. It's Animal Speaks, but it does have some tarot aspects to it, but I've actually never studied the tarot before. And one of the gifts, I wasn't going to talk about this, but because you mentioned it, one of the gifts I got for myself, because I wanted to learn like the cups, the swords, things like that, because you can get really in-depth answers from looking at this. Now, normally I'm just channeling the information, but I've always been really drawn to it. So maybe I'll use these today, but I want you to know that I'm still learning the tarot. So the meanings behind it, I'm still going to use my intuition, and I'll channel whatever comes through, and then I'll go to the book, and then I'll see what the book says. So if those of you who don't know tarot, hey, you can learn it. You can learn it with me as we use this. What I was going to talk about is actually I ordered a water bottle from a friend of mine. She has an online store, and it's called Pavitra Wellness. I love crystals, so she sells a lot of crystals or different things that you might use with crystals. And I've been wanting one of these for a long time, and it's a water bottle where at the bottom of the bottle you can put whatever crystals you are being called to use. I don't know what you're saying, but hello. I'm not too sure. I wish I knew your language, but anyways, hello. So I ordered one of these for my two girls. So they each got one, and I ordered one for myself. And I ordered them a little bit late. It was like, I don't know, 4 days before Christmas. So it wasn't enough time for them to arrive on Christmas. But it was kind of nice getting a gift after the fact. So this is a bottle, and it's in a little scuba suit, which is nice because it's glass. So it's a protective suit. And then I ordered the chakra crystals. So there's crystals for representing all of the chakras to create balance. And I love that. So the crystal section is separate from the water section. So you can open it up, and you can change the crystals out if you like, Anyways, I was excited to share that. So, yeah, and something else. It has this I don't think you can see it on my glass. It has a Metatron symbol there. Okay, because Archangel Metatron is all about healing symbols. And so it infuses your water with that. I think that's amazing. So I'll give my friend a plug. Her online company is called Pavitra Wellness. So if you're drawn to it, you can even send me a DM if you want me to send you a link or anything. Always use a protective suit. Yeah, damn straight you should. Absolutely. Okay. You remind me of Barb from Trailer Park Trailer Park Boys. I used to watch that show and I can't think of who Barb is. So I don't even know if it's jab or whatever, but anyways, I'll take it with playfulness. I like crystals too. I collect all the ones that are protective. Oh, nice, Colonel Coyote. That's awesome. You need blood virgin crows. Do this correctly. Virgin crows. Yes, absolutely. You can't get the ones that have already had sex. Good luck finding those. No, I just love mysticism. I started with European magic and now I'm branching out. Okay, Colonel Coyote, that's very cool. Not a job. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm getting way too hot. Okay, so if we're gonna do this, I better make sure I'm not boiling hot. All I have is the top that I did yoga in this morning. So we got a workout. I'm usually in workout gear, so that's the way you'll normally see me is in some type of workout gear or sweaters on top of workout gear until I get too hot. Okay, so this is the new Aero Deck. I use it a couple times. Still getting used to it. I have not read the whole thing yet. It comes with this cool book, and then we get the cards out. It has this nice little ribbon. Oh, I was taking it out the wrong way. Okay. The ribbon wasn't going across. I didn't put it back properly. That reminds me of a song. The rhythm of the night. That came up on Monday. That same song. So is it the rhythm of the night? Is that what it is? I don't know. But why is that song coming? I guess because we're needing to follow our own rhythm. The shit has been hitting the fan, everybody. I'm sure you know that. I'm sure you've been experiencing it in some way. So what do we need for today and the next 7 days to help us to have more clarity, help us to release all that is no longer serving us, and to help us to live our best life, right? And that is about truly aligning with who we are and what we need. We need to speak our truth. A lot of throat stuff has been coming up. We need to start speaking our truth more. Start by speaking your truth to yourself and what you want. If certain people have been just driving you batty lately, why is that? How is this your shit? Or how do you just need to set your boundaries? Maybe it just isn't right for you, right? So you need to see whether there's something you can release. And sometimes it's your perceptions about a situation or a person. And in other cases, it's needing a whole new situation, right? And so a lot of stuff has been coming up about relationships. And a lot of anger has been coming up. Anger, resentment, in some cases fear, but I've been feeling a lot of anger. And I'm an empath, and so I can feel the collective energy very intensely, as well as just other people. Like if someone is in my vicinity and they're angry, then wow, am I ever gonna feel that from them? Because I'm right there. So I actually have some kombucha going on, and this one's a ginger lemon, and so I'm having to support my gut because it affects my gut. A lot of empaths tend to have sensitive guts. Can you read how 22 will be for the world? Oh, interesting. Okay. I just pulled words right now for all us for our healing, and then afterwards, feel free to remind me just in case I forget. But yeah, afterwards I can do a reading. Yeah, we'll tap in for 2022. I like that. First of all, we'll tap in ourselves. Let me just crack this puppy open. Okay, so I'm going to start by showing you the backs of the cards. And they look identical. I'll give you time to focus on each card. And then I will reveal all the cards. I'm probably going to start burping on you now. Okay, here's card number 1. So just looking at the card, see if you're drawn to a certain area of the card. Maybe even some certain shapes or colors or something will form on the card. It's a very interesting pattern, which can almost create unique patterns within the general pattern. Hmm, it's very interesting. Okay. Now, if you haven't yet, close your eyes and then use your five senses to now tune into the energy of the card. So, see if you feel the card in a certain area of your body. See if any emotions come up, any thoughts pop in. And if nothing is coming, if you're just getting blankness, I got nothing, then maybe this card doesn't have a message for you. Not every card is going to apply to you. So this gives you an opportunity to just really use your senses, practice using that intuition to see if this card is for you. And then when I do the reveal, you can see if the message resonates for you, whether you chose the card or not. You can see if the messages resonate. Okay, so that's card number one. I'm going to see what that says. So pretty, ma'am. Ah, SMCM. That's so nice. Thank you. Thanks for the love. All right. Oh, there's four cards. I thought I pulled three. There was a hidden card. Okay, so this is card number two. And if you get any type of messages, I feel it in my solar plexus, let's say, or I felt sadness or whatever it is, you can write it down in the comments. So you can write card number one, this is what I got. Or if you didn't get anything for card number one, you can leave that blank. Card number two, maybe this is what I got. Okay, because you can go back and refer to it. And it's also helping each other to see that, to see the types of messages and the ways you can get messages. We're all unique, but we can get similar flavors sometimes of messages and sometimes totally different because the way a message resonates for you might be very different from someone else, right? Because we're having our own unique experiences. All right. Did everyone have a chance to close their eyes for this one? So I want to make sure that you've been able to tune into it. If not, let me know and I can always bring that card back up. If you're watching this video after the fact, you can always pause the video, right? Pause the video and stare at the card as long as you want. So this is card number three. Start by just looking at the back of the card. And then whenever you're ready, I'm gonna get a yawn. Whenever you're ready, close your eyes. And then feel into the energy of the card. Where do you feel it in your body? Be open to all of your senses. Okay. Hopefully, I held that up long enough for you. Again, you can let me know, and I can always put the card back. And we have one last card to look at. I follow a very different school of thought on cards. Oh, okay. I think it's great. Like, I think you should use the cards in a way that works for you. 100%. Okay, card number four. This is just a way that individuals can practice in using your intuition by using your senses. Well, when you're just pulling cards for yourself, you're probably not going to do it this way, right? Going to shuffle the cards or spread them out and pick, but maybe you're going to pick cards for a specific spread, or maybe you're just going to pick how many cards you're inspired to pick, right? And you can ask specific questions or just say, what do I need to know? Like, there's so many ways that you can use cards, and whether they're oracle cards or tarot cards, we can use them very differently. All right, so those are the four cards. So I'm going to do a reveal. I'm just going to catch up here. One and three made me feel anxious. Felt them both in the heart. Okay. Okay. That is really neat that might not have felt good, but that is really neat to be able to actually feel that anxiousness and know exactly where it's coming from. That's having the ability to really tune in with yourself. That is really good. A lot of people are practicing to do that. Sometimes spread, sometimes just one, two, or three. I never did the whole intuition part. Okay. So maybe you can potentially add this into your practice to trust, because we're all very powerful creators. And when we're connected in to source energy that we're all connected to, when we open ourselves up to it, and then we're grounded into Mother Earth too, you can get phenomenal information coming through as well as healing energy. Okay, so card number one is the Death card. This is not a bad thing. I want to make sure everyone knows this is not a bad thing. So I'm just going to let you know what wants to come through, and then I will go to the book and see what additional information wants to come through for this. So we are letting go of distortions in perceptions, thought patterns that maybe we have learned through childhood, or we've taken through our ancestry, or we've had traumas either in this lifetime or in past lifetimes that has distorted our perceptions about how we view certain situations, people, maybe how we communicate, and things like the distortions are starting to crumble, or have been, especially since COVID started. We've had a lot of stuff bubbling up in our face, and just so we can release what is not part of truly at the core of who we are. The core of who we are is love and light and peace and harmony and compassion for ourselves, compassion for others, and not necessarily a right or wrong. It's a right or wrong for you, as opposed to comparing ourselves to other people and what they think is right or wrong. It's about releasing those judgments, speaking our truth. I've been feeling it in my throat. Speaking our truth as to what does not work for us, and what we need, what we need to be happy, to feel stable, to feel safe, to feel grounded. And in some cases it can be distortions of thought that was like, I need this to feel safe. And so some of us are realizing that, okay, so maybe I don't need that. That's just the thought that I had going on. Or maybe it's thoughts that are wrapped around, I just can't do that. That is so not right for me. I would never do those things. Maybe it's like, okay, so they're showing me like a stop sign. It's like, okay, stop. Okay, then the song came in my head. Stop right there. I gotta know right now, before we go any further. You love me. Will you love me forever? Do you need me? Will you never leave me? Will you make me so happy for the rest of my life? Will you take me away? Will you make me your wife? Do you love me? Will you love me forever? Do you need me? Will you never leave me? Will so happy for the rest of my life? Will you take me away? Will you make me my wife? I gotta know right now. That needed to come out before we go any further. Do you love me? Will you love me forever? Anyone else singing with me? You ready for the next verse? No, I'm gonna stop there. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is coming up for relationships, and also impatience, feeling that impatience, because from the song, I gotta know right now. So it was, I was definitely feeling the impatience of needing to know, and is this gonna work, and I need to make a decision right now. But you don't need to make a decision right now. It's the energy this week is getting you to the point of, I have to do something about this. And in some cases, if you can take action, you should be taking action. But if you don't have clarity on the action you should take, or if this is the right action, then you don't have to take action right now. If you have the clarity you need. But if it's just you have the clarity, but fear is preventing you, then that will cause some more disruption because you're not following that inspiration, that divine inspiration, that gut that's telling you, you know what to do, start going forward. And if you don't go forward, then more disruption will happen, bringing it more into your face. And sometimes that's what we need to have the clarity, because some, like, we don't need to be hard on ourselves if the fear is just, it's keeping us right here. Sometimes we just need that extra clarity, and it will become a little bit more uncomfortable just so we can get that clarity. But things are crumbling down, and some relationships need to end. Some, in some cases, you are just getting so much clarity that this is not right for me. Like, it was, and it played a role. And now I know more about myself and what I need and what's right for me. And this isn't working. And in other cases, it's going to get so clear on how a very good relationship is just not working in certain ways. And it's not that you've done everything that you could to solve this problem, and it's still there after like 20 years. That still problem has not changed. They have not changed. I resent them because of, it's not a case like that. Because if it's feeling like that, then that's more so, we got a death happening here, right? We got to move on. But for some people, what the death is actually going to represent is the death of a perception, the death of a certain way to communicate. Because instead, your communication can open up fully, and you can have these beautiful, open hearted conversations that will take you. Sorry, I'm burping from the kombucha. That will take you to a whole new level of awesomeness together. That connection, that beautiful connection, will get closer and closer, where you'll truly start to embrace each other to the core and have that compassion. I'm not saying that you're still not going to have buttons that will go off, right, in certain cases. But what will start coming up more and more is the compassion and an appreciation for who they are and why you want them in your life, and embracing their imperfections, and how maybe you need to fuel those certain areas that you're not getting fulfilled with a different type of relationship. Because in some cases that can happen. You'll have a friendship that fulfills one of those needs that weren't being filled in the relationship, and then that creates a beautiful package. Not every person is necessarily going to be your complete match for fulfilling every single need that you have, right? Because we also need to fulfill our own needs. And but in some relationships at this point, you might realize those things that they are not good at, they're actually really important to you, right? Are they really important to you? Because if in the long run they're really not that important, because you can embrace them for being that, and you can do that. In every relationship, we're going to have some things that they're really good at and then they're really crappy at, and things that you're really good at and you're real and then things that you're really crappy at. And it's wonderful when you can find a relationship that will help match that beautifully. And and to, if someone is a total neat freak and they're just picking up maybe after you all the time and putting stuff away and getting everything orderly, they're really good at that. And that's fabulous. But wouldn't that be wonderful if they didn't chastise you for not being so good at it? Right? So it's about, is this something that you can embrace about them? That you could have compassion and just like, you know what, I'm really good at it. So I'm going to hold down the fort for this aspect of, let's say, living together. Okay. And then they are really good at that. And it's not necessarily the skills or character traits that you're, let's say, supposed to have if you have a penis or if you have breasts, right? Like, that's just bullshit of roles in that way. You're the woman, you should be doing this. Sorry, I'm really veering away from a traditional relationship. That's where my resentment kind of can come up because, right? I'm just like, that's just so not right for me. We're not doing that traditional. I need to be like a Betty Crocker cleaning and darning your socks. Okay. So I'm gonna see what the messages say, and then I'm gonna read the messages from the book. Okay. I'm just backing up here. Felt sharp, could see diamonds clear with eyes closed. Oh, such a Wayne. That's amazing. That's very cool. Okay, Colonel Coyote says, yeah, part of the recommended practice for European magic is meditation on each of the cards. Yes, awesome. Death is a great change, old things going away, new things coming. Yes, absolutely. Have you been to India? No, I have not. Often buy our actions to secure our safety, we lose our safety. Oh, I like that. Very deep. Okay, death relates to the 24th part of the Kabbalah, which won't make sense to most people here. Okay, I don't know anything about the Kabbalah. I've heard of it, obviously, but I haven't studied it. I drew cards, and all of them are telling me to sit down for now. And God, it's been sad. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I've had a rough time too. I know of other people who have a rough time, who've had a rough time over these holidays. How can I increase my vibration? Good question. Okay, to increase your vibration, you do things that will fuel your second chakra, fuel your joy, your happiness, your abundance, your fertility. This radiates outward, and it starts to raise your vibration. You should also be grounding down into Mother Earth. It really starts from the foundation. Hey, SGM, how are you? It really starts from the root, okay, and then starts coming up. And the more you love yourself, the more you tell yourself you're beautiful just as you are, that you're perfect just as you are, um, that that you embrace yourself for the beautiful imperfections that are the perfection of who you are and what your journey is. All of that will help to raise your vibration. Also, meditating will help to raise your vibration. Pulling cards for yourself, getting quiet help to raise your vibration. Okay, so I'm going to go to the book and just see what additional information might want to come through. And this is helping me to learn how to use this deck too. But so far, we had the beautiful message channeled through. Okay, so where? So I'm even learning. Is the death card near the back? There's a tower card. Oh my goodness. Okay, Deb. I should learn my Roman numerals. I can't remember them from elementary school. Do you remember your Roman numerals? Okay. Oh, thank you. You're so welcome. Okay, so here's the death card, closure, transformation. And you know what? When I was doing my yoga class this morning, during one of the classes during Shavasana, I just saw all these butterflies, just butterflies everywhere. It was beautiful. It was like the whole space that I was seeing in the sky was like covered in butterflies. Um, okay, no one loves the sight of a death card in a reading. We spent most of our lives denying death altogether. So when this card appears, it's easy to get frightened and think it's bad. Don't let the drama distract you from the message. Something in your life needs to end, it needs closure. This will happen voluntarily or involuntarily. Either way, you will feel a positive transformation begin after the initial forms of suffering have passed. So yeah, if you think about that saying, a door closes and then a window opens, right? And you know what? What I like to think about for the window opening, because And you know, when I think of a window, I'm like, that's still freaking awkward to get through. Like, can't I just walk through another door? So like that's why I don't love that saying. So when I think about a window opening, I think about, you know, those restaurants or cafes that have the big garage door that opens. I'm thinking that shit is going up. It's like, come on in to this awesomeness. So the death card is a beautiful card of transformation. E.A. Waite related his tarot, which the modern form of Kamina Bala, based off older works like Alpha Sleep. Wow, you're definitely a researcher, eh? This is my Canadian coming out. Eh? Yeah, I don't research into this detail at all. So this is cool. The most original interpretations of the tarot come from Jean de Baptiste or Jean Baptiste Eliot, who had a very different card order than the modern one. Neat. You have. Wow. Okay. Card number 2. Frig. The lovers. The lovers. I love all the colors coming off of this card. It's like, okay, this is what wants to come through. Okay, so we're releasing a whole bunch of shit, right? We have the death of the old, the death of perceptions, death of many relationships out there, the depth of living life in a way that is not allowing you to live your best life and to break and embrace you, and only surrounding yourself by people who are going to love you for you, right? And so to me, that's balance, right? That is balancing all of these chakras. And I feel this beautiful energy surging in right now. And you can be open to receiving this balancing energy that's coming through for all of us. So it's a beautiful, it's almost like, yeah, it's an energetic cleansing, helping. It's starting at our root and coming up our chakras right now and helping to open. And there's still some sludge that will need to clear, but this is like the kickstart of the energy to help raise our vibration. And as our vibration raises, whatever is not in matching of our vibration, a lower density thought or pattern, it needs to go. It needs to go. Not to say a little bit more disruption might come up, right? And speaking of disruption, I know I had read before someone was having a really hard time. They had the crying emojis and stuff. I hope you're still there. Yeah, a lot of people have been having a hard time. And if you're releasing tears and anger, fear, you're releasing this shit. Allow yourself to have the emotions. I'm getting to back to this in a second, okay? Allow yourself to have the emotions. You know, yesterday I went for a walk and I decided I normally just listen to nature and hear the crunch of the snow underneath my feet, but I was really drawn to putting on music, and I had my earbuds in, I put on music, and I was rocking it out along the trails, just having fun, enjoying the music and using my eyes to take in everything and take in my dogs going through the trails. It was really pretty crisp day. And and then this Bruno Mars song came on and it unleashed the floodgates. I just started bawling. And I was like, one of the like needing the heave, bawling, ugly, crying. And when I got out of the woods, I was still crying, and I had to walk across this open field. And I'm like, I don't give a shit if anyone sees me bawling. But I'm like, I'm not going to take this anymore. I'm done with that. And then just releasing so much. So please, if you feel like crying and letting out emotions, try to do it and do it in a safe way. Okay, don't do it to hurt anyone else or to hurt yourself, right? Safe, just let her rip. And um and allow the transformation to happen. Okay, so here we go. I mentioned the healing coming in, and so yeah, you might get some more disruption to help with this healing. It's just amplifying your process right now, which is in beautiful divine perfection of your journey right now. Okay, because you've been drawn to watch this, so you were meant to go through the energetic upgrade, I will say. So, because of this balancing is happening, your soul mate is either coming or is here, like is here. And whether you're currently in a relationship with them or like they started coming into your life in some way, and you'll know because this will feel very intense and different from other um types of connections. Okay, but if you're already in a relationship, you could have been having some disruption that will now bring you to a new level. If you've been doing the work, you've been having you have the communication, you move things forward, it can, and hey Cree, it can turn in, well, it is evolving into the most spectacular relationship, the depth of connection from that heart. So if this card number 2 is resonating for you, if you picked card number 2, if you didn't pick card number 2 and then I'm saying all this stuff to you and you're like, "Yeah, I totally resonate with that." Then you've received a learning about going continuing to practice your intuition, but it might have been something that you just bypassed. And on that, when you were getting the messages, it might have been something that, oh, that's not a message, it could have been something like that. So anyways, it's this is why we practice it. And so, but if a message resonates for you, whether you picked it or not, then you can take what feels right about the message. Because I've done this practice before where I was getting a yes and a no kind of thing. Like I would get kind of a feeling and then I wouldn't have it anymore. I'd be like, what? And then I get, so it was almost like a yes and a no, or I get maybe this card is for you. I might get a kind of, I might even wobble back and forth as a maybe or just hear a maybe. And then when I hear the message afterwards, I was like, oh, well, that part didn't resonate for me, but that part did. So trusting in that, trusting your gut when you hear the messages being channeled through, because when someone is being a channel, and my ego could pop in, right? And it depends on what I'm going through. So, and I try my best to be a clear channel, right? But I'm human. So if something doesn't resonate, it could also be the most perfect alignment for you to be trusting your gut instead, right? You got to trust it. Okay, yeah. So that's beautiful. I'm going to read the message from the book as well. V1. Anyone want to tell me what V1 is again? What's that? I don't remember my Roman numerals. The lovers. I don't, how do I, maybe I can, is there an index? Because it doesn't say if it's a, okay, anyways, we'll see. If it doesn't take too long, I will show you this card. Okay, so it goes through it's not a wand, and it's not a cup, and it's not a sword, and it's not a pentacles. Oh, it's at the back. Okay. Thank you for your patience. The lovers. Union, desire, and joy. Okay, I'm going to Colonel Coyote, I'm going to read that. Oh, there's some other things to catch up on. Okay, cool. 2 Canadian geese are mates for life, traveling partners within an expansive sky. The lover's card is a welcome sight in any reading as it suggests a beautiful and strong relationship on the horizon. Yes, you'll experience all the thrills of desire and romance, but meanwhile, you'll be building a solid foundation together. The lovers honor and respect each other, and with that, they can go anywhere. If you're already in a relationship, it's time to be grateful and nourish this rare and precious gem. Nice. Okay. Okay. LOL. It says punk rock lobster. Rock lobster. Love that song. That's what I always think. Try bringing in groceries through the damn window. You get me. You understand. Okay. Colonel Coyote. I took it differently. Death being first is a coming change or a change that has happened. Yeah. Recently. And the lovers in the present would be a new passion, be that an art or a person. Very cool. But I want to. I don't mean to say. But if you were doing a straight out reading for someone, then yes, you're connecting the cards together and interpreting based on the connections. But here, everyone is picking their own cards, and they might only be picking one card. They might be picking two cards. So it's whether you got a message that that card was for you at the beginning, but all the cards might not relate to you for this particular reading. This is what I do for Intuition Wednesday, that you just see which cards are for you. All right. Did you say six? I don't know what I said to give the answer six. I think you have to remind me. Oh, is that the number for lovers? Thank you. Thank you. Hey, I remembered. I remembered. All right. So Cree says bits and pieces are more realistic as we build our truth. What do you mean by bits and pieces? I can't remember exactly what I said to understand your reference. But what I take from the energy of that statement is that you can't necessarily change your whole life through one phase of the moon, right? Or for your relationship to totally be healed by one phase of the moon, right? And I'm just talking about, the immediate right now. So yeah, we're constantly going through an evolution, a learning, a transformation. But right now, there's certain aspects that are totally ready to go, like done with that. And acknowledging this is what I'm done with. And I now have clarity. You don't have to wallow in it anymore. It's just some things can be done. All right. Card number 3. Okay. So two of wands. Two of wands. Okay, from this one, I'm going to go right to the book. Oops, where did I put it? I'm going to go right to the book and then channel additional informations after I read the message. Okay, Two of Wands, determination and direction. With the Two of Wands, it's clear you're on your way to success. That sounds good. You focus on a goal and have boldly pointed all efforts in that direction. Since the suit of wands deals heavily with the mind, take this time to become aware of your thoughts, your thought patterns, specifically toward yourself. What is the quality and tone of your thoughts? Mostly positive or negative? Well, how do you treat yourself on the journey to your highest dreams? So, what I want to say is that in order to manifest our desires, and when you say success, it would be your own definition of success. We can all have our own unique definition. So when you're wanting to achieve your desires, you need to get yourself within the vibration of achieving them. So if you can get into the space of feeling, what would it feel like if you achieved your desires right now? Like something that you really wanted, poof, let's say it was here. How would you feel? What would it feel like within your heart? What would it feel like within your heart? What would it feel like within your second chakra, that play center, that joy center? Would you feel elation? Would you feel joy? Would you feel bliss? Would you feel gratitude, peace, calm? Would you have focus? Would you have clarity? Like there's so many different aspects that you could potentially have. And if you can find a way to feel it as if you had it, to be able to connect in with that beautiful vibration, that's a really high vibrational place. If you can get into that space, it's a very high vibrational place. So if you want to attract that into your life, you need to match that vibration to get there. And so the more we focus on our thoughts, we can see where are our thoughts. And maybe if you're also paying attention to your emotions, so it's emotional intelligence, and you might pay attention to your emotions first before your thoughts, because you're like, oh, I'm not feeling so good right now, or I'm really happy right now, or that fucking sucks right now. And then you're like, okay, what have I been thinking here? Where have my thoughts been? Freaking asshole, like maybe it was there, I don't know. So pay attention to those thoughts, and if you pay attention to the thoughts, you can make a choice to change the thought by making it a little bit softer. Because when you have the more denser, heavier thoughts, it creates thicker, denser energy. And it's nowhere near the type of energy that you need to be able to attain your desires. You need to match that high vibration. So, by you being mindful of your thoughts, you have an opportunity to raise your vibration up by changing those thoughts. Maybe it's going to be about simply distracting those thoughts. You have to distract a little kid. You stay away from the stairs, go over there, go over there. Let's distract the kid. Oh, they're wanting to pull the dog's tail. Here is something for you to play with. Right? So it's that distraction. So you can even distract yourself. Oh, there's something shiny, and get yourself into a better space by maybe doing something creative, listening to music, maybe dancing, maybe drawing, maybe going for a walk in nature, maybe exercising, maybe watching a comedy or listening to something that's really funny, like a podcast or something like that. So find a way to get yourself, and maybe it's having a nap, going for meditation, doing some yoga. The whole stream is going to come through again. So you're going to find something to help distract, and then that helps to raise your vibration up. And when you raise your vibration up, it starts to push away the clouds of distortion, the distortion of way you were thinking about it, to get you into that negative dense space. So that fog starts to clear, so you can have more clarity on what the person is and what the situation is. And is it what you were feeling, is that true to you? Right, you have an opportunity to even change your perceptions once you have this clarity of what's really right for you, and what's just something that you learned and something you don't believe in anymore, and whatever. You can start creating those changes. But so back on the vibration side of things, you want to keep that vibration high. But when you have the density of emotions such as anger, sadness, judgment, guilt, whatever, when you have different things like that going on, it's important for you to feel the emotions. It's like before you go and distract yourself, you can allow yourself to feel and embrace it. I'm angry. I'm feeling resentment right now. I'm sad. I'm scared. So whatever it is, name it and allow the energy and the emotion to flow. And how can you allow that to flow? Give yourself a safe space to do it. Sometimes that safe space is like being out on that walk, like I was by myself, and started bawling my eyes out. Or sometimes I feel the emotion coming up, but I can't get it to flow. And then I'll call a friend. I'll take the call a friend option, and or text a friend and say, hey, do you have a chance to talk right now? Because I will literally say to my friends, like, I need to cry. I need to cry. Can I talk this out? I have no idea where I'm going. And sometimes I don't even know the subject. And I'm like, I'm feeling it's wanting to come up. And then it will start to flow through, and I'll spew it out, and then I'll bawl, and then I will clear. So also allow yourself to clear, and then you'll have an opportunity to move yourself into that higher vibrational space, because you release the congestion, and now you can flow. So it's just like if water was flowing down a stream, and then the beaver made a dam, and the water is like blocked up. So when you're having these intense emotions, your flow is getting blocked, and your higher self is like, tap tap, pay attention, Before you can move on, pay attention. We're creating some disruptions. Now the water is coming and hitting the dam and splashing up. It won't go, but it can't because it has this blockage here. So we need to look at the block. But you don't have to look at the blockage unless you want to keep on feeling really uncomfortable. Like if you want to keep feeling really uncomfortable, then don't look at your shit. But if you want it to flow, to move through it and see the light at the end of the tunnel, go to the grass that's greener on the other side. Like just to take that step forward to get into more lightness and more joy and more ease and more flow. And every once in a while, we're going to get that beaver dam going up again, and we're going to have to work through it as we keep on working through layers of distortions of perceptions. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to remove the beaver dam by tuning into our emotions and minding our thoughts and doing things for ourselves to get us into that higher vibrational space. And if you do not have a partner right now, maybe you're not with family, maybe you don't have a significant other to connect with, maybe you don't have maybe you've let a lot of friends go recently, or it just shit happened, whatever. Maybe you don't have someone to connect with. Then it's extra important for you to fuel yourself. Self care. Find, you got to dig deep sometimes. You got to find what is going to bring you some fun, what's going to bring you some joy. Make your own fun. And even if you do have a partner, you can't be relying on them to fuel your happiness. But maybe you can speak your truth to say, this is what I need to feel calmer and gentler and more at ease. And then they need to speak their truth. Well, this, yeah, they'd like to help you in that way, or I don't have any energy for you, or that's something that will totally drain me. Because we need to always be true to ourselves. And sometimes we're just going through our own shit and we don't have the energy to help someone else. We don't have the energy to do that. And that happened to me a few weeks ago. Um, a friend of mine went through something really challenging, and I was going through something really challenging at the same time. And I did not have the energy to be there for them. I hardly had the energy to be there for myself. I was going through so much stuff. And so I had to honor myself and say, I can't talk to you right now. I am so sorry, because it would have harmed my energy more. Like it would have depleted me even more. So we need to be honest and truthful with ourselves as we move forward, and that will continue to help us to raise our vibration as we're being truthful for ourselves as we keep on clearing the blocks, and then we can move forward into a place of more joy, more success, more fertility, abundance in all areas of our life. So yes, Two of Wands is success. And that is what will bring you success. We got to do the work at the same time. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, such a no, Wayne. I appreciate it. How do you manage that fitness? How do I manage that fitness? I make sure that I schedule myself in. I just have to make it happen. But for me, it might be easier to make it happen than some other people because I'm an earth sign. I'm a Capricorn. I'm very physical, right? And I don't even, I feel off kilter if I don't have a workout on a day. So it's easier for me to get out there. And some people who are not earth signs and might be, oh, I don't want to fucking work out. Right. But for me, I'm like, I get a workout. My workout was awesome. So don't be hard on yourself. You got to find strategies to create that motivation. And sometimes you need to work with someone else, right? To create that motivation and inspiration. Sometimes you got to pay someone to, like, I need inspiration. I need motivation. I need to have someone I need to be dedicated to, right? So it's different for each of us. Okay, I have one more card to pull. This is card number 4. Oh, I'm guessing this is 10 of Wands. Those of you who know tarot, you can let me know, but I'm guessing that's 10 of Wands. I know. I like using this new book. It's a discovery. It's an adventure. Okay, let's see. No. What is the X? Yeah, I have to learn my Roman numerals. There it is. Oh, that's okay. It's Wheel of Fortune. I didn't see the circle in there, but it's the combination of all those branches that create the circle. So now that I'm looking at it from here, there, you can see the circle. I should have showed you this first and then back to the card. But okay, beautiful. So there's a moon on this card because I'm going to look at it from here and then I'll see what it says. So there's a moon on this card and there's an owl on the card. So I feel like with this card, it is about you have the wisdom and your intuitive abilities have been increasing tenfold. So the crown has been opening and opening. The third eye has been opening. You've been listening to your higher self, and oh, okay. So they're showing me a present and wrapping a bow. It's like wrapping a bow to that chapter of the life of your life. Taking the present and like did that. Thank you. I can let that go now. Um, so yes, your intuition is very clear, and you do have the wisdom, the knowledge uh, that you need to move forward, even if you don't have all the answers right now. They are continuing to flow through you or to you in beautiful divine timing. And really pay attention to your dreams, because at night, that's when your intuition, the what came through is full throttle. Like that's when everything really flows, and you might have prophetic dreams, dreams with symbols and images, and and it's even the energy from the dreams, even if you don't remember them, the energy and the healing, and yeah, like I'm seeing almost like ceremonial healings that I have happened in the past, but I feel like they'll be happening at some point this week for you as well. It's like your spirit team will be downloading some new codes to help you in your expansiveness and with your life purpose, helping you to feel that success in all areas of your life. And that success will be that feeling. It doesn't have to be that financial remuneration to be associated with success. It's that I have everything I need. Like it's that satisfaction of, I don't need to have $1 million mansion. Hey, if I get it, that's freaking awesome. But I have that feeling of contentment and all is good and amazing. I don't need anything more. So it's that's so much beauty in that. So you'll be going through this healing, this download, these codes to bring you towards that space. We're getting closer and closer to that space. 2022 is going to be about transitioning. We've already started the transition, but continuing the transition and implementation of a new way of life with and those individuals who haven't been tuning into themselves and doing the work, they will have more disruption to help to encourage them to get to that that transformation. So I'm seeing the butterflies again. So the universe wants all of us to have a beautiful transformation. So the universe is going to help to push that forward. Okay, so let me read what the book says. I was such a no Wayne. Thank you. Okay, so whether day or night, the wheel of fortune is always in motion. Some call it fate, others destiny. It's possible to go for months or years without feeling its presence. But when this card appears, the eye of the wheel is fixed upon you. Don't be surprised if there's a change of course heading your way, something you'd least expect. Whatever happens to you during this time, Know that it is bringing you closer to your life's purpose. Oh, I like that. So something out of the blue. Okay. Yeah, this awesome. Okay, so I realized I missed some messages over here. I'm so sorry. Okay, so SGM, is animal or toy on bed behind you? It is an animal. This is Chewy, all flopped out. He is one of my dogs. He's in shavasana right now. He's pretty comfy. Okay. Cree Warrior. Gathering tidbits to create our true or truth mosaic. Environment of life bring all kinds of physical, emotional, and nutrients that bring us to our manifested truth. Cree Warrior says, release the negative. Yeah. SGM says, hello, hello. Cree Warrior, empowerment is picking the right tidbits. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah, it's going to be the right tidbits that resonate with you, that resonate within your heart. Okay, so that was fun using those tarot cards. That was really fun. And then so if any of you have questions and want to go deeper in any of these cards I pulled, but someone at the beginning had asked if I would do a reading for 2022, what 2022 was going to be like. So I wouldn't mind still practicing with these cards if you guys are good for that. And I'd like to know if any of you have any other questions or anything else you want to throw out. A queer is us, Emily. Hey, Yogini. Hey, how are ya? I think I know which Emily this is. I don't recognize that username. Is this a new username? Unless I didn't know. Like maybe I just never noticed your username and read it before. I don't know. Used to seeing third eye. Hope you are well. Yeah, thanks. I've definitely been going through. Okay, so I'm going to put these cards, get them ready to start shuffling for a 2022 read. I will be doing that on Monday for sure, but we'll see what wants to come out right now. But I feel like more information for 2022 will come out on the Monday. Well, is it New Year's Day on the Saturday? So I might even do a read right on the Saturday. So we'll see. And I'm not even too sure what I'm doing for New Year yet. So maybe I'll be doing a reading on New Year's. Maybe I'll be partying and my party will be my live stream. Okay. Yes, it's Caleb and I. Okay, cool. Yay. I thought so. Cool. Awesome. Whoops. And I'm using the deck. I'm learning this deck. Okay. Cool. So, what is 2022 going to be like? That's too many cards. That came out. A shit show. Okay. What is 2022 going to be like? Okay. These might be follow-up cards. I'm going to put them here because it might give us additional information on these ones. But the fact that I'm just learning the cards and still trying to go through the book and find the right numbers in the book, it might just take too long. So anyways, I might not go to the book for some of them. For some of them, it will just be the channel. But I still want to use it as a learning experience here and there. Oh, wow. Amazing. Yeah. I'm excited. I bought them for myself for Christmas. Okay. I need to start from this card. Okay. I think I'm not too sure if this is 6 of Wands or 7 of Wands. Who knows this Roman numeral? Because there's a wand in the center. There's 3 on either side and a wand in the center. So it could be 7 of Wands. But does anyone know what that Roman numeral is? I will find it in the book. But look at that beautiful flame at the top. I feel like what wants to come through for this right now, it's that second chakra, that playfulness, and that creativity It's like our unique creativity and stepping into our power. So it's a combination of the sacral chakra and the solar plexus igniting, and which is going to create our success. Now that will also needs to lead. You need to make decisions from the heart, right? But I feel like this is the ignition. This is the launch pad, babies. This is the launch pad. 2022 is the launch pad for our success. But let's see what the book says. Seven of Wands. Okay, cool. Awesomeness. Okay, Seven of Wands. Courage, inner strength. Definitely sounds like solar plexus, right? A single wand stands up tall, ablaze with the light. The others fall away in shadow. Such is the story of the seven wands. You'll not find any strength or support from others, only yourself. It's time to be truly courageous and stand up for your beliefs. You may be overwhelmed with caution and fear, but your eternal fire will guide the way. Yes, I love it. Fire cleanses energy, flame of purification. I love it. Empowerment is picking the right tidbits. Oh, I already read that one before. Yeah, absolutely. I it would even be helpful this week is to journal, get quiet, have that inner time, and you can journal if any emotions have been coming up. You can talk to the emotions and what your fears are, why you're angry, and how you're getting in your own way, and is there a different perception, is there a different way to look at this to get into a place of peace and joy and harmony. See what messages come through. But all the shit that you get on paper, burn it in a safe way in a pot with a lid or something, but burn the distortions of your thoughts that's no longer true to you. But yeah, so with this card, it's going to be important for us to find elements of play. So that second chakra, elements of play, and keep on stepping into your power, stepping into your truth of who you are, what's important to you, that you're not a freak, that you're not fucked up, that you are perfect as you are and where you are at within your journey. And it's about finding the people that are going to support and yeah, support you in a way that will help you to grow, not push you back down. Like if people are cutting you out, jabbing them with, little jokes, little jabs, that just whatever. If those are it's negative energy being thrown at you, right? So it's like, but as standing in our power is like, we're not going to accept that shit. And it's just so much easier going to bounce off of us anyways. And then you choose who you want to hang out with, right? Choose who you're going to hang out with and who you're not. So going into this new year, it's about making choices to be you, that unique creativity, standing in your power. This is me type of thing. So you can even look at The Greatest Showman, listen to that soundtrack. This is me, and embrace all of who you are. So I think that's great. The next one is the Death card again. Okay, so more stuff is going to be transforming in our life. More things are going to end. As one of the messages, or as the message from that card, is that you're going to be guided to end it, to end something. But if you don't do it, then it's like the universe is going to find a way, find a way to put it more into your face. So then that transformation can happen. It's just like sometimes, you can, let's say you hate your job, you totally hate your job, but you're afraid to move, you're not going anywhere, you haven't been, and then the universe might make sure you lose your job, right? So that's just an example of how you might have experienced it in the past, where the universe is like, we're going to make this happen for you because this is part of your path. like you need to have a transformation. You need to get into a better space. It is time. Miss your energy. Oh, I'm glad you're. Yeah, I do. Hey, creepy ape, how are ya? Yeah, I have some on my fireplace mantle place. Thank you for saying that because I need to burn some sage. Thank you. And really need to hear this right now. Okay, awesome. I'm glad you were here at the right time. And love the death card. It's a good one. Yeah. Yeah. Change. I think it's cause for celebration because it's like done. Done with that darkness, done with that depth of perception that was just mucky and not working. Okay, two of wands came up again. So this is leading to success in 2022. It's amazing how we got the death card and the two of wands again, right? So the 2022 will be successful for us, providing that we listen to our heart, we make those challenging decisions, we speak our truth to ourselves and to others, and we go after what we want and what we believe in, what's important to us. You keep on moving forward, and sometimes it might be scared, and sometimes you might need a friend or a family member to even hold your hand at some points or give you a shoulder to cry on. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but we need to move forward in alignment with who we are. And then life is just going to get better. And I think I feel like the planet and everyone on the planet of this whole Omicron variant that's out there too, and causing this panic, this disruption, and everything because it spreads really quickly, but it's not as strong, and it's bringing us to it, the fear from it and it's in the media and all that, but also I think the virus itself, like if you end up getting the virus, it's going to help to create the appropriate disruption to release the distortions. And if you allow your body to release the distortions, you pay attention to your emotions, you pay attention to your thoughts, you give yourself the self care that you need, you get the rest that you need, you start making those hard decisions that are for your highest and greatest good, where you might feel selfish or other people might be thinking you're selfish, but it's not. If Sure, if you want to call it selfish, then selfishness is exactly what we need to heal, because we need to make choices that will make our heart sing, so we shine our light bright. When we shine our light bright, all of our energy centers are flowing big time outwards, and everyone we come in contact with, whether it's by text or email or video blogs or in person or in this, maybe it's in the store or through a relationship, we are helping to heal those people around us. And you might find that more and more people kind of fall off on the total friend side of things, because unless they're moving alongside with you, because if they're not moving along and doing the work as well, then people are going to drop off. I'm not saying death wise, but it could for some, but I just mean dropping off in that from your friends unit, from the close friends unit. But you've probably already been noticing new people coming in that are more in alignment with you than ever before. And if you haven't noticed that yet, be open to the new people that will be coming in. All of this will create an increased vibration within you, creating more success and more joy. But if you're like this and I'm not the problem and everyone else is fucked up and whatever, then you're not going to go through a really comfortable transformation. But definitely you'll have the disruption like everyone else, but it will be harder to get through the disruption, physically, mentally, emotionally, because you're not having that spiritual connection. Or you could have some type of spiritual connection. Some people belong to certain religions and stuff, but also there's some elements of judgment that can come up from some of those religions that can create distortions in perceptions, right? So sometimes it's the connection with that spiritual element, which can also create some distortions. So just being aware of all that, because I'm going back to the death card, there are thoughts, perceptions, ways of doing things, ways of reacting to things that need to transform. And so that will be happening big time in 2022. Those of you that are drawn to reading self-help books, that are drawn to working one-on-one with people, whether it's going to be energy healers or naturopathic doctors or fitness specialists or um, I, there's so many different modalities out there, right? You're looking to maybe take some courses or get some certifications of your own. Really listen to that, because you are drawn to expand in your ways of connecting and helping others to heal. It's the time to create that expansiveness by infusing within you the gift of, let's say, a course, the gift of taking a course, because you will go through a gorgeous transformation while you are engaging in any of those different modalities that I had mentioned. And then from there, you help others to heal either through your vibration, or if you are a teacher or a healer in some way. And then you will be spreading that forward to everyone who you're in contact with. Okay, and the final card, but I'm looking at the world, so I know I have to go to that one next after this. So we have Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Caleb is really going spiritually. He's excited to really connect again. Yay! That's awesome. Okay. Let me get the book. Okay, so before I go to the book, I'm seeing, the beautiful roses. It feels almost sensual. But I feel like the definition from this Two of Cups card might be a little bit different for each of us. So whatever doesn't resonate, please let that go. But I am feeling, and I'm really feeling this in my second chakra now. So a sensual element is going to um, go into more depth than it has ever before within those significant relationships. So that a soulmate type relationship. And the cup, the waters. So I'm seeing these cups right now filled up, and this water is like sacred water, a sacred union between the two. And the second chakra is associated with the element of water. So this is a sacred connection that goes into the depth of sensuality and passion, love. So those of you who are doing the work and you're stepping forward and stepping into that soul mate, you're releasing fears, you're stepping into that soul mate connection. The waters, you'll be sharing within the waters and creating the depth that you can associate with the energy of what magnificence is. That's cool. Okay, so I want to read what the card says for this. Okay. Okay, Two of Cups, connection, love, romance. Say hello to the much adored Two of Cups. When this card appears, you can anticipate new love to be heading your way. And yes, this usually means romance, but sometimes it points to the birth of a dear and lasting friendship. Either way, the connection between you will be pure, honest, and solid. Open your heart and get ready. Isn't that awesomeness? So, yeah, 2022 is going to be about taking those relationships to a whole new level, or stepping in to that relationship that will bring you to a whole new level. Okay, I want to get to the world, because Sorry, I just looked to see what card was under this one because you know that huge pile fell. And so now I'm pulling some cards from that pile, but they are upright. And so I'm going to go over the world with you. And what was under it was the lovers. And this is also one of the cards that came up, right? And that's beautiful. And we were just talking about the Two of Cups and lovers as well. Okay. So the world, wholeness, completion. The world is the final card in the journey of the major arcana. It signifies completion, harmony, and contentment. It's rare to experience this energy as we are usually consumed by wanting, needing, and achieving. So when this card appears, contemplate for a moment the idea of being whole. Focus on the image on the card, close your eyes, and envision this radiating energy inside you. Let's see where I am. Focus on the image of the card, close your eyes, and envision the radiating energy inside you. What does it feel like? Where is it located? What blocks you from feeling a sense of wholeness each and every day of your life? Okay. So you guys looking at the card? Okay. I want to read what's been going on in YouTube. Um, so I was talking about before. This feels like it's almost like a wholeness summary. Um, because what had channeled through earlier was feeling that completeness, right? Feeling that completeness without having to have that $1 million mansion or whatever. I was talking something about that. So, how can you feel complete? What would it mean for you to feel complete? What area do you have distortion, disruption? And for me, I was feeling it in the solar plexus. So I know I need to connect into this. And it might even be advantageous this evening um, to do a sort of meditation. So you can even I'm going to put it really close to each of the screens for a second. You can bring the screen or the video to this point and pause, and you can then stare at it to see where you feel it within your body. So you can always come back and do this, or simply just reconnect with that world energy and see and focus on whether you feel completeness. Okay. And let's see. We have 9 of Pentacles. I had to. I did have to count. It's the way it was formed. It was kind of like do something funny with your eyes. So I'm like, I'm just gonna make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, 9 of Pentacles. Happy, healthy home. Always a welcome card. The 9 of Pentacles is a time to enjoy the many results of your loyalty and hard work. This may be a promotion at work or newfound stability and happiness at home. It's even possible that you'll find yourself enjoying the finer things in life, as luxury and refinement often accompanies this card. So I think that's also another beautiful message for 2022, right? We're going to have more happiness within our home, within the different areas of our life. Okay, I wanted to get back to this. So, Cree, death card for 2022. Death card for 2022. Yes, that was the death card. Oh, did you say that before I even pulled it? I'm not sure. SGM, end of Corona crisis in 2022. Love that. Death of coronavirus. Awesomeness. Okay, keep digging for the truth. Be aware, darkness is always trying to rob the truth. And then he says, vortex of change, the great reset of being connected to the earth. Oh, love that. Vortex of change. That feels really powerful. When I think about the world card, I think about the vortex of change. I love that. That's great. So, and then I see another one that I had pulled earlier. This one also came out again. I don't feel drawn to go to these other ones. So I feel like I needed to go through those. So I feel like, in regards to the virus, I feel like it's still going to be around and there's going to be different variants that come up. I don't think it will totally be gone by the end of 2022. But if you think something different, if you're getting something different, then please share that. But I feel like the energy of it will continue to dissipate and dissipate and dissipate. And the energy of the virus is going to weaken and weaken as the collective gets stronger and stronger. So, as more of us are shining our light bright, it is taking energy away from the power of the virus, and we become stronger. And the individuals who are like fighting and kicking and I don't want to look at my shit type of thing, um, then for them the virus will be more potent. It could be more intensive, or it will just maybe under the radar be affecting different organs and stuff, and they might not even know it was related to one of the variants when something ends up, you know when an organ ends up failing or something like that. um but in some cases, even people who are fighting and kicking and not wanting to move forward, some of them will still live a long life, right? They'll still live a long life because they're going to be a blessing in other people's life by bringing up their patterns so they can come for release. It's just how long we hang around someone who has those distortions will be determined on our learning journey, right? So it's not that, because I think the way it was described before, they wanted to say it's not like all the assholes are going to die off. So, anyways, just want to make that clear. And assholes, it's in quotations because we're all doing the best that we can. Every single one of us is doing the best that we can. But in your eyes, in my eyes, someone might be a total asshole for the way they're behaving, and the what you're excited just because they're not necessarily a good match for who you are now. So that's what's gonna feel so shitty, right? But they're doing the best that they can, just like you're the asshole sometimes, right? We're just doing, yeah. We just got to be us. Okay. Cree, 4 direction colors in that card I see. Oh, oh, yes. So we have the purple, the blue, the green, the yellow, and you know what? The orange and red are in there too. So it might be, it's just not clear enough on my computer screen for you. Yeah. If this is the one that you were referring to, or were you referring to the world? And this one's really challenging to see too. But we do have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So all that we have all the colors of the chakras in there. Okay. I think the statistical data will allow people to speak their truth. Data will change the narrative. Oh, okay. Cool. And then SGM says, historically, research shows years of 1720, 1820, 1920, such virus life is 2 years, not more than that. Cool. That's awesome. Well, great. I love that. So maybe it will be totally gone. Let's see. Because what I was feeling was weaker, weaker, weaker. It was just losing its weakness. So that could definitely be the indication of it's on its way out, right? But because we can continue to get all these different variants, it can end up transmuting into, something that might not even be able to be detected as, let's say, the same virus. It could start just mutating in that way, and then eventually it will go. Cool. So, how's everyone doing? Did I miss anything over here? Better times 2022. Absolutely. Yeah, there will be better times. So, that's it for Intuition Wednesday. I'm so glad you were able to join me. It was great to share in your energy. I really, I'm really grateful to have this platform to be able to connect with you. You guys are my tribe, and yeah, I'm in appreciation. You're part of my family, and I feel like I've been going through a healing process with you, and sharing in your healing process. Some of you tell me what's going on in your life, and some of you don't, and it's but no matter what, we're sharing within the energy. I'm burping from my kombucha. Looking good. Thanks, Cree. Okay. A queer is family, or Emily says, what happened to the anti-vax? What happened to the anti-vax once it's gone? Will they still not be able to do things? Oh, interesting. No, I think it will open right up, because otherwise they're starting to riots. Once there's no evidence of virus, everything's going to open up, even, and potentially even when it just gets so weak, and there's not a ton of people in the hospitals anymore. Things will start opening up. The government wants to look like the good guys, right? They want to be, they want everyone to celebrate, saying we got fucking through this. So they're really looking forward to the day that they can just open everything up, right? So yeah, I feel like, okay, so will everything? I'm feeling like a tightness in the heart right now on this side. Hmm. Okay, so what I heard is that things will open and open and open up, like get more and more open as the year progresses, yet we're starting the year with disruption. Um, but they're not wanting to tell me everything, I guess. Yeah, but we're starting the year with disruption, but then when that subsides, things will open and continue to, it will just continue on the opening phase as we get closer and closer to 2023. If Jose has three. What do you mean by if Jose has three? You do yoga? Yeah. I taught 3 classes this morning. If Jose has 3 carrots, how many toasters did Sarah go to prom tonight? I like your sense of humor. That's awesome. Okay, 3 is proportionate to X. So, the phantom listener, do you think I'm good at math or something? Because no, I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna laugh because I like your humor. That's cool. Okay. Warrior, grain crop production down 38% in Canada this year. Wow. And oh, Thermogenics was here. Hey, how you doing? And Cree Warrior says food shortages will be the next wave. Oh, wow. Food shortages will be the next wave. Hmm. Maybe every time I go to the grocery store, because I don't want to have a food shortage, but I also don't want to go into a panic about that, right? So maybe every time you go to the grocery store, you just add an extra can to your cart, something that maybe, every second or third shop, maybe grab some toilet paper or something. But I don't want us to get into that panic, right? So maybe just start stocking up and just making sure you have some stuff here and there. I think that would be good. Thank you for that, Cree. Um, okay. Do you know the seven chakras? Yes, it is in the yoga. Yeah, I'm an energy healer too. So I first started learning about energy healing through a Reiki certification, and that's where I learned about the chakras. So we have the root chakra, which is located at the base of your tailbone. Some people will actually feel it at their perineum. So there's different trains of thought, right? But it's down below, and that's your connection with Mother Earth. Like that's how you root down into Mother Earth to feel grounded, to create a solid foundation on this earth to feel safe. And then between your hips, you have your sacral chakra, which is associated with your joy, your creativity, your abundance, your fertility, your sexuality. The root chakra is also your family foundation, and also your ancestral lineage too. So then we went to the sacral chakra, and then we can go to the third chakra, which is your solar plexus, is the center of your confidence, your courage, your willpower. So the first one's red, the second one's orange, and then the solar plexus is yellow. And then we go to the heart, which is represented by the color green for giving, that heart chakra, but it's also the receiving and that self love too, which can be associated with the color pink. And so this is, yeah, your heart, your giving and receiving. And then we have our throat chakra. It's the color blue. It's about you speaking your truth to yourself and to others. We have our third eye, which is a beautiful bluey purple and indigo color. It's your direct connection to your higher self. And then we have a crown chakra, which is associated with your connection with source. And it's a beautiful violet color. Okay. GSGM says, blessing in disguise. World will come closer to help each other. Yeah, I agree too. Come together. Beatles had it right. Oh, yeah. Come together right now over me. Anyone else want to sing a Beatles? Okay. Anyway, so that is it. That is it for the reading. So you got to practice. So on Wednesdays, normally at 12:30 p.m. Toronto time, that's standard time. I do the Intuition Wednesday, giving you an opportunity to practice your intuition. And then if I have time, I can always pull some other cards for individuals or situations like this. Like, let's go into 2022. So I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to make some plans for New Year's Eve. So I might not be doing the Feel Good Friday this Friday, unless I do it during the day. I can have a Feel Good Friday daytime party possibly. Okay. Someone says I occasionally rub dirt on my face to feel one with the earth. Wow. Okay, no way. I think that's great. That's awesome. Yeah, I like taking my socks off and putting my feet in the sand or in the soil, or I'll hug a tree, and just feel the energy of the tree, because you can feel it. I think that's great. I'm just joining. Sorry if you already covered this. I'm struggling with motivation to work. Oh, okay. So let's see. This can be the last thing that I talk about before I sign off. You can do anything. Oh, I like that. Yeah, thanks for passing that on to them. So, oh, your mud bath energy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go into the motivation in a second. But yeah, connecting in with Mother Earth is beautiful. And I once went to this retreat where it was only women, and we were at this lake, and we painted ourselves in mud, or in some cases other people were painting you. There's certain parts that you couldn't get, and you were either naked or had a bathing suit on, or partial bathing suit, or whatever, and you got all painted up and just allowed yourself to be right. And then you baked out in the sun, And so it got all hard. And then you went for a swim and cleansed it out. And the mud was detoxifying, right? It was pulling out beautiful toxins and energy associated with distortions of perceptions, right? Taking out the sludge. Female yoga protection. Yes, you're right. That is the answer to what a yogini is. You got it. Because I know Sanskrit somewhat. Okay, very cool. Yeah, it is the feminine version of a yogi. A yogi is both masculine and feminine, but a yogini is the feminine version of a yogi. Okay, so to get motivated, first, what wants to come through is that honor your own cycles and also associated with the cycles of the moon. Because if you start to notice the different cycles of the moon and how you feel during certain stages, phases, and sometimes you're going to have more motivation, other times you're like, I got nothing, my tank is empty. And to embrace that about yourself, because it's not necessarily a wrong thing, a bad thing, it's just it's your cycle. So it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, because like if you're a female and you have your period, let's say, that is like you go through a 28-day or give or take cycle. But it doesn't, even if you don't have an obvious period, every single one of us is going through, has our unique cycles. Some of us are very much connected to the moon energy. Others are more so connected to certain planets. And I love astrology. There's so much I don't know about it. I've never trained in it. So I listen to my astrology app to get updated on astrology, but it can be very accurate in how certain phases, certain years, like there might be a certain year in your life representing a new phase for you. So we need to embrace that about ourselves. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just we need to embrace it. And then I'm feeling little elements of potential depression in there. But depression is just like a label. But it's you're going through a grieving process, and that grieving process is taking energy. And you need to honor that. So when you need to sleep, you sleep. You need to not do as much as you used to do, you don't. And then on the days you feel really good, you embrace that and you use that to your full advantage when you have that energy, and then take action. And in some cases, you might need, I was seeing someone like holding a hand. You might need a friend. You might need a friend or a partner just to give you a little bit of a nudge, a little bit of, your cheerleader. And maybe that is, it could be someone that you work with, right? Someone that you're like, I want you to be my life coach or whatever, right? And they're holding your hand. But in some cases, you might need that person with their arm over around your shoulder going, I'm going to help you walk through this. Okay. You've got this. I'm going to be a shoulder here. You need to cry. You need a little extra boost. I'm there for you. So I feel like that could potentially be beneficial for you, is having that person to, yeah, to kind of lean on a bit. Okay. What does it say? Your body is 70% water because of the gravitational force it is somewhat impacting. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. Turbulent strategy is this new age philosophy. I don't label it at all turbulent strategy. I channel in information. So the team that I work with wants this information to come through, and then I just share it. So I'm not going to label it is this or it is that. It's just what wants to come through. And if you're drawn to my energy and if it resonates with you, then if you take it and it makes your life better, it helps you to feel better, it helps to motivate you, to inspire you, it helps you to heal, then awesome. And if you're not drawn to it, if it turns you off, then you're not meant to, it's okay. It's totally okay. You can just find something else that you're drawn to, because there's so many different healers out there. I consider myself a light worker, right? I'm a light worker. I'm a healer, and I have my own unique way of doing it, right? And so people who are drawn to my energy are the ones that are gonna get me. No, not everyone gets me because of who I am and my personality traits. I might really piss some people off, right? Or that's rude or disgusting or whatever. Like, I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And that's okay. And so are the other healers. They're going to be a unique energy and vibration and packaging for those who are drawn to that energy and to that information. And at different stages of our life, we're going to be drawn to bring in certain information to bring us to a new level of perception and a new reality that ends up coming after. Yes, we need to know how to recharge our energy batteries within that make us shine bright. Yeah, also, I love that. And to help you to shine bright, it's about making those choices that make you sing and finding ways to bring in that joy, watching your thought patterns and trying to change those thoughts to be softer and softer, and utilizing tools that can help you to feel happy, help you to feel good. Okay. And then something that I'm drawn to say too is coming up to these Christmas holidays. I would even say the whole month of December, I feel like I was needing tools to help me to be in that happier place because I've been going through a lot. We've all been going through our own stuff. I'm just sharing that I myself have been going through a lot emotionally, and it's different situations and people I need to be around. It's been really tough, and tough watching them go through stuff, and tough feeling that, and then tough going through my own stuff. So I was really drawn to using tools, and so I was using yoga to help me to feel better, using meditation. I was using my fitness, like I do weights, every other day, and the yoga are on the opposite days, right? I use music as a tool. So I'll be dancing and cleaning and organizing, which I don't love, but when I'm dancing and singing, then it becomes fun. I've also used cannabis as a tool. Cannabis is not going to be a good match for everybody, and especially if your brain isn't fully developed. Okay. So if you're a male, um, your brain is not fully developed to potentially even age 29, sometime between age 27 and 29. And for a female, I think it can be between 24 and 27. It's something along those lines, right? So you have to be careful with things like that. So I don't promote it. It's if it's right for you. And so I've been using that, and in some cases more often than I was before December, right? And in some case, and I was having treating myself to a coffee, and a specialty coffee with a bit of syrup in there, like a vanilla or something like that. So um, that means there's more sugar. So I've been consuming more sugar, consuming coffee, like coffee beans, which has a real strong acidity, which can affect my body if I have too much of it. And even having some dairy in certain circumstances. I'm not a good match for dairy. I'm not a good match for gluten. And as getting into the holidays, okay, I'll love that. Okay, I'll have one turtle. Give me one turtle, you know? So and having a lot of wine. And so all of these have been tools, and they all have been wonderful and fun, and I had never been in a place of, now I'm totally like fucked up. Like I hadn't overdone it in any way. Yet the ongoing application of the tools such as the caffeine and the sugar and the alcohol, and um it is it's starting to affect my body, right? It's starting to affect my physical body. So my body now is not, you need to cleanse. You need to get rid, there's too much sugar, honey, too much sugar. I had to get some Canestin because it was too much sugar, and that's where I feel it first, is like, oh damn. So I'm needing to get my body back on. And I think I don't even know how we got onto this now, but I was drawn to saying that just watch what you're consuming. And if you've been a little bit more generous in certain areas pay attention to your body and see if there is any type of disruption, and then start to level things out a bit. Having lots of greens will be really good. Lemon water would be really good. Lots of water in general, and just start to eat more clean. And I know we still have the new year coming up, but we can eat more clean and drink more clean now, going up until New Year's Eve, if you are going to celebrate New Year's Eve. Oh, because we're talking about the batteries that make us shine bright. Yeah, creating that balance again, creating that balance. Astrology is about the planets, its characteristics and impact on your life. Yeah, absolutely. Scripture. I know they're far away, but the impact, they certainly do. No, mean all of this. Is this what New Age is? You can call it a new age for sure. It's a new way of thinking. It's an enlightened way of thinking. I think different people will have different definitions, but since you're asking me, I would call it a new age. Sure, I'd call it new age type of thinking, but that's a very broad term, right? That's extremely broad, because there can be still so many ways, so many interpretations, and I'm channeling maybe different information than what someone else has channeled. So this is what resonates with me and who I am and the soul house that I'm from, like this is, and the lifetimes that I've had. This is what resonates with me. So this is my version of New Age, and different people can have their own versions of New Age. Hear you speak makes me tear up. Oh, Vastricon, that's so good that you notice that. And if it's making you tear up, it's creating flow. You're creating, allow the tears to flow, embrace it. It is creating, you are going through change and healing, and no more congestion of that. Allow them to flow. What do you practice? I don't practice a certain religion. I don't practice of written out, this is the proper way of life to have, to be pure and peaceful and in harmony with the world. I practice tuning into my higher self. I practice tuning into source. I ask for help. I receive messages from my angels and guides. And I use cards as tools. I use a pendulum as tools. I use energy healing to help move my energy, to help move and release disruptions in the energy of other people, right? Like this is what I practice. And I practice yoga. So I use yoga to go into different poses to help open up certain chakras and get the energy flowing. So by the time you get to Shavasana, you're ready to flow it on through. Okay. Kitty, I don't know what you're saying there, but I think that's a website. Let's see. How important is it having a sense of humor, keeping a balanced energy? Oh, I think it's really important. I love that. It's so important. We need to laugh at ourselves. We need to play. We need to find the humor in life. Life is supposed to be fun. And having a balance in all areas of our life has to balance our chakras. And when our chakras are balanced, our energy just beams out and vibrates beautifully, bringing you in more success, because you need to be at that high balanced vibration in order to bring in the desires that will help you to live your best life. You living your best life and what that would feel like in all areas of your life, that amazingness, that wholeness, that is an extremely high vibrational energy. So we need to match that energy to draw that in. So we need to have that balance. And the key is bringing in that playfulness, that joy, and getting out in nature. We need to ground. We need to ground ourselves down. You can use different crystals and essential oils to help ground you. I am wearing vetiver as that essential oil right now, because that is also very grounding. And I also have majoram on. And this is my vibrational jam right now. This is what I need. So is this random stuff? Well, now it is. Now it's random. But before, I was pulling cards and giving you practice to tune in to the cards and to see which cards resonated for you. But that started at 12:30 p.m. So I'm way long done that, and I'm just going to wrap up. Healing works like this. As I said, your body is 70% water and it's a good conductor of energy. And everything is energy, and the water conducts. It is as good as electricity. Oh, Phantom Listener, I love that. Great description, and I can feel it. Energies are not just kinetic, sound, or electric. Yeah. What is karma? Hey, we got a lot. I'm trying to wrap this up, so don't know if I can answer all these. Let's see. So we have what is karma, and then we have how does healing connect with karma then? And then we have subtle energy. What is after sound energy? Vibration, yes. And what is after that? And what is after those? And none of us know because energy takes forms. Um, it is just to propagate some energy specifically in your body. Yeah, I love the depth of your conversation here. The depth of your thought process is very cool. Karma is about your actions and all of the consequences. Beautiful. Thank you for explaining that. Karma was a dog that bit the fuck out of me for teasing her with a bone. Karma. So it's super linear. Then if I do good, then I get good. Oh, I wouldn't say it can be linear in that sense in drawing the energy in, but your journey is definitely not linear, right? I feel like our journey is these twists and turns and discoveries, and sometimes we have to come all the way back full circle to be like, I'm in this type of situation again. What? Then seeing it from a different space and then being able to get through it in a different way. Our path is not linear, but yeah, the energy to bring in your success, to bring in your desires in the way it's going to come in, okay, not linear, is about matching that vibration. Yeah, exactly. It's not linear. But you should not expect for results. You should enjoy the process. Yeah. If you are here for the results, then it's not going to work with a greater impact. Definitely. No, I'm dead serious. Karma was a bitch. Oh, I'm so sorry you went through that. And I'm sorry I was laughing. I thought it was a fabulous uh a fabulous description, not only for what you went through, but for what karma is. It is it's brilliant and also very painful. So I'm so sorry that it happened for you in that way. We definitely all have shit that has been bubbling up in our own unique ways. But I want you to know I'm giving you a big hug for what you went through. If you act like one, karma is the exact reflection of your actions. Yeah, you can describe it as that too. In you know, I wouldn't necessarily call that karma. I'm hesitating. You can, right? You can. For me, it's like, yeah, if you act like an ass, let's say, you're somehow going to get that energy thrown back at you, right? Like it's going to, the energy you put out is the energy you receive. So you can call that karma. The depth of the word karma, the depth of the vibration karma comes from karmic contracts. Like that is to me, and what I'm receiving, that is the solid definition of what karma is. In one lifetime, this is what happens. In order to balance this out, then this is going to happen over here. And it might be with different people or it might be with the same people in the next lifetime, right? And in some cases, you might have had lifetime after lifetime after lifetime with certain people. And in this lifetime, we are ending all karmic contracts like even like 6 months ago, karmic contracts were ending. They were building up to the end, right? They were building, in some cases they ended, but others they were building up to the grand finale, the end of 2021, karmic contracts ending. And some of us, it will be more into 2022 when those have finished out or petered out. um but anyways, I feel like it is, yeah, that's a karma contract. I ended it. Sorry. I'm like, where's the rest of it? And I'm like, no, okay, that's the end of the description. Would you go to the gym in the current situation? Totally. I feel not everyone is going to feel confident going to the gym, but yeah, I do feel safe going to the gym. Different people have different. I'm also I'm double vaccinated, and being double vax is not going to be for everyone's best interest, everyone's best health. We're all different, right? So, but I got the message that it was okay for me to get vaxxed, and now I'm just waiting to see what message I get as to whether I go for the booster or not. But it's not just because of that that I feel safe in the gym. I feel like I have this inner knowing that I'm going to be okay, right? That I'm going to be okay. That's because I'm connected. And if something is going to be a situation that's not going to be for my highest and greatest good, then my angels and guides give me messages because we have that ongoing communication. So that's why I feel safe. But I don't even have a gym membership now because I was starting to substitute teach at a gym, and there was miscommunication, and they got me to fill out a membership form. I'm like, a membership? I get a membership? Like I was really surprised, and so then I asked this other part-time staff. I'm like, I'm I'm sub teaching for yoga, and I was asked to fill out a membership thing. Do I get a membership? And they're like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh amazing. Okay, so I started going. I started to go to the gym regularly, and then I got an email from the boss, the person that hired me, saying, "I understand you've been going to the gym really often." And she says it's only for people who have at least like one class a week. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. If I knew, I wouldn't have been going. So, anyways, I'm not going to the gym anymore, but I have equipment at home, and throughout COVID, I've been very happy. I've been working out from home. I'm saving money right now too, which is really beneficial right now. Okay, a lot of great stuff that came up here. Okay. A lot of great conversation. Holy crow. Wow. And the Cree Warrior says, have a great time. Playful energy for the dolphin. See what comes around. Yeah. Okay. I am going to thank you for everyone who came on here. And I'm sorry I didn't read all the messages, the last bit, all of them out loud. I did glance at them because I wanted to make sure that I got the gist of all your messages. So thank you for all the knowledge that you've been bringing in to the stream. And own information there. I think that's so fabulous, helping all of us to learn, open up our minds to different opportunities. It's fabulous, and just feeling the energy exchange was really really nice. So it was nice to get to know all of you and connecting with your energy. Okay, you guys still have a conversation going back. Okay, cool. I didn't miss anything, but that's great. That's awesome. I love the connections that are happening. So I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And I'll do some type of stream on Friday, whether it's going to be just weekend reading or Feel Good Friday combined, maybe something midday or something. And that's it. Okay. So from my light to your amazing light, namaste. So thank you, everybody. Bye. So, guys, I was